WCT, Suburban Community Television, Doylestown.
Suburban Community Television presents SHSHL playoff hockey tonight. The Rams of Pennridge take on the Archbishop Wood Vikings here at the face-off circle in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Hello again, everyone. Bob Friedman along with me is Florian Kemp. And Florian, a game tonight that each team has to win if they want to continue to play on. As Pennridge, the winner of this game, will go in up against, I believe it's North Penn, who lost in their playoff to William Tennant. We were talking with Greg Betts last night, and we were talking about the playoffs, and inadvertently I mentioned that North Penn had won their playoff. They did not. They were defeated in total goals by a two-goal disadvantage. So they will play the winner of this tournament. Florian, we're ready to go, and play is on. Let's see what we got. So, the Vikings in their white jerseys with yellow and black trim, looking a lot like the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Pennridge in their classic green and white jerseys, looking like the old Philadelphia Eagles. Play on in the Archbishop Wood zone. And carrying it there for Pennridge is Freed. They work around, skate after it. Here comes Wood out of the zone. They got a 3-on-2 if they want it. Oh, nice pass up ahead, just ahead of the stick of Kevin Ammerman. Ammerman tries to center it, but it's taken by the defenseman. It's number 96, Mandick. Not out of the zone, now out of the zone. Ammerman will chase it, but it's picked up there by Tom Watson. And Watson will try and get out of the zone, cannot do so. Puck is kept in the zone, and they chase after it. Oh, and knocking out of the zone is the goaltender, and it will be face-off to the left of the goaltender. Now, of course, in NHL hockey, that's a penalty.
That's right, Bob. What we're seeing here is obviously what we would expect on a night like tonight. It's been a long season for these two teams. They've both struggled in the standings, but the one salvation is come playoff time, it's a new season. It's a rebirth. Obviously, both teams tentative realize this is a one and done, and both teams trying to feel each other out to see if any of the weaknesses might be disguised that they might be able to disclose and take advantage of and get on a scoreboard early. Obviously, whoever gets on a scoreboard early will have a distinct advantage, as we just saw a shot wide down there.
Altamari put the shot wide, and now they chase after it. Casaza is in goal for Pennridge, and in the goal for Archbishop Wood is Venezial. Now we have a penalty, I believe, is going to be called. Yeah, charging is going to be called against Archbishop Wood, so Pennridge will go on the power play early on. We have 13:31 to go in the first period. No score, but it is the Rams who will go on the power play.
Bob, as we had a chance to observe both teams warming up before tonight's game, obviously both teams pretty well stacked in the physical size department. And I looked at Pennridge first and I thought, geez, there's some big kids out there. But when Wood came out, I said, wow, there's some even bigger kids. So obviously these two teams are not going to be bashful tonight in terms of letting each other know, hey, we plan to overpower you if we can.
A small but vocal crowd is here tonight cheering their team is on. Penalty is on Tony Romeo. He has 2 minutes for charging. Now right up the slot. Shot on, stick to side by Venezial. And they go after it. That shot was taken by Williams, and he goes into the boards hard. Kept in by Bryant. Now out in front, eking around, but not able to get by the defense. A nice defensive play by Jim Lawson. And Wood will bring it down the ice, shoot it all the way down, where it's taken there by Casaza.
Jim Lawson back there with a big defensive play that you highlighted, Bob, and that's exactly what you need sometimes when the opponent comes in that slot area. You can't be afraid to get down and get your body in front of that puck. That was a big block, considering that Veneziali was partially screened on that shot.
Pennridge is a delayed penalty coming up, as I believe we had a takedown by Mandick. Taken away, and the whistle will blow, and it will be, I believe, it's going to be a hold or interference, and going off for Archbishop Wood will be Jeff Kaditz.
Also for Pennridge, Wheatley coming up with a nice defensive play just as Wood was trying to work its way right up the Pennridge slot. Woodrick with a little toe action there, the skate. And Once again, that's an example of how a defender has an opportunity. Might not be able to get a stick in there, but you can use any other part of your body. That time, just sticking his skate out there, intercepting and breaking that pass up. Otherwise, had Wood connected on that, they would have had a point-blank shot right on goal.
Actually, I'm mistaken. It's Kramer for Pennridge as the penalty is called on. So the teams will skate 4 aside for another minute, and then it'll be almost a minute power play for Archbishop Wood. Now the puck in the zone, and skating it off is Bryant.
Danny Andrezweski with some great forechecking, coming up with a steal, but a good another defensive recovery there by the Pennridge Rams.
Puck at neutral ice. No score in this game. We've had our game's first 2 penalties and a brief power play. This is an icing. A brief power play when aborted as Pennridge committed an interference penalty. And the 2 penalties, one has 28 seconds to run, and then in another 28 seconds, there will be a 58-second power play for Archbishop Wood.
Still at this early point in the first period, Bob, no real aggressive pursuit around either cage so far tonight. That one big block came off a defender of Wood. Other than that, both teams basically still checking one another out here in the first period.
Esposito, I think, forgot that he wasn't on the power, or he wasn't on the short man, and he shot it all the way down the ice and is called for the icing.
Eric Coughlin, the face-off man for the Wood Vikings. Obviously a lot of speed, a lot of technical ability as he wins the face-off, gets it back to the point.
Shot on glove save by Casaza.
Big play, and obviously that was Jeff Kaditz taking a shot from just inside the blue line. But as we just mentioned before the puck was dropped out there, it was Eric Coughlin winning that face-off. Simple backhander, just a matter of getting position, good technique on the play.
Arcade with the face-off for Pennridge, but again, Coughlin gets it. Sticked aside off the shot by Lawson. Puck still in the Pennridge zone. They will go on the power play in 5 seconds. Now they try to center it, but it goes off the skate of the defender, and they'll go for it. And now Archbishop Wood is on the man advantage. Esposito tries to get it up, but it's intercepted there. Shot on just wide off the stick of Curtin. Taking it to point again, and a shot tipped aside. Nice play out of harm's way by Esposito. Again up to the point. Lawson will shoot it. It stops it. Oh, and it's a nice save off the stick of Coughlin, who will try to get it out front. Shot, oh, and another great save. And Casaza dives as he stops a point-blank shot by Dave Andrezweski. And I'll tell you what, Coughlin does a great job behind the net setting it up. Andrezweski puts it in front, but there was Casaza, and that's probably the best save we've seen in this series.
I didn't want to break up the play as it was going on there, but Coughlin, I wanted to say, off the 2 face-offs, won 2 consecutive face-offs in the row, then was undersized, went against 2 defenders, won the puck out in the corner. Now that's doing the dirty work. Got it back to the point. The initial shot came in, and it was Coughlin setting up Dan's brother Dave Andrezweski in front of the net. But once again, it's Casaza keeping the Rams in the game so far in the first period.
Puck knocked out of the zone, and now they'll chase back in with 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. Been a strong man advantage for Wood. They done everything but put the puck in the net. You got to thank number 1 for that. That's Casaza. He has looked spectacular on the 2 great saves.
Well, we've seen over and time again, Bob, great slapper.
Now that could be dangerous.
Seems like everybody stopped after that shot.
What happened was the shot came in on Casaza. He knew it was wide, and he kind of relaxed, turned around, watched the play. The puck hit a good part of the boards and came straight back by Casaza, right up the slot. His back was still turned. Fortunately, there was nobody open for Wood. Otherwise, that puck's in the net.
Bob, the point I wanted to make is that we've seen over the years teams in the playoffs obviously coming into the series at a slight disadvantage. They all of a sudden have their goaltender go into a hot streak.
Yeah.
And it's the difference between them winning and losing. That's why the playoffs are so exciting, because basically what you're looking at is a 1-game season, and this is it.
Dan Andrezweski with a turnaround shot that almost fooled Casaza. Now the puck shot back into the zone. Oh,
whoa!
Well, that wouldn't have scored anyway. It would have been an offside play. But as soon as it was on net, they blew the whistle for the offside.
Well, we said Casaza so far, both netminders perfect tonight, but obviously in the last couple of minutes of action, it's been Casaza facing a lot of shots there, a lot of hard rubber fired by the Wood Vikings. But obviously, Bob, the thing that's amazed me, when he sees that the shot is not right on goal, he appears to be very relaxed. I guess that's a good sign. I hope that doesn't make his coach too nervous.
Well, so far, goaltender Brandon Venezial has not seen any shots, or very few, let's put it that way. And again, coming into the zone, staying on his feet is, and that's a dangerous play. Andrezweski, and out in front, Lawhead goes after the puck.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because it was not, the whistle had not blown.
Yep.
Now the referees want to break things up a little bit. But, Casaza had not covered it up.
That's
the
right.
defense had knocked it out of the way. Law has every right to go in there and try and tap it home.
One thing Casaza has had difficulty on, and this is one thing Pennridge might want to correct at the end of the period there, he's great at making the initial save. However, a little bit slow in covering up those rebounds. The danger is, obviously, you got a speedster up front for the Vikings, get some wood on it. But at that time, Casaza, fortunately, there's another stick save.
Oh, another hard shot off the stick of Kaditz, and toe save by Casaza, who has been tested this period.
Wheatley is the defender for the Pennridge Rams that's been supportive of Casaza, but obviously the Wood Vikings now smelling blood as they continue to attract a lot of attention in and around that Pennridge net.
Venezial sets it up behind his own net, but it's taken away again, but Wood takes it back, and they'll try to skate it out of the zone, and they do so. Knocked out by Eric Coughlin, who's been very strong in this game. They'll bring it up, take a long shot on, stick right aside by Casaza. Esposito will try to get it out of the zone, does so. As we're inside of 9 minutes to go in the first period, no score in this game. Glad you could join us for the early rounds of the SHSHL playoffs. Again, the team that wins this will be in competition for the President's Cup. They'll take on North Penn next week. Shot score! Curtin.
Beautiful play. It was just a matter of time as the pressure continued to build up on the slot area there, and Wood had all 5 players inside the blue line, and it was Curtin taking the shot from the top of the slot area, and of course a great job by his teammates of crowding that slot area just in front of Casaza, and he picked up the left side about waist high just inside that far post. What a beauty.
You know, it was just a matter of time. Wood has just been dominant in this period, and what happened was Curtin got it just skating across right at around the dot of the circle, and he was allowed to skate in, and he just put a high, hard shot that really a partial screen for Casaza. I don't think he ever saw the puck go in.
Good steal by Bryant defensively as he tries to get the puck work toward the Wood zone, as Pennridge now desperate to get a score on the board.
Pennridge comes into this game with a tough record. They I do not believe they won a game this season.
Yeah, it's been a long season. It's been a rough year for both teams. Wood obviously getting a few wins under their belt. But as we said, coming into tonight's game, it basically is anyone's game.
Pass up ahead, dished off by Boyle. Boyle
Good
takes a shot, but Bryant playing positional hockey well. He'll ice the puck now, and they will blow it down with 7:51 to go in the first period. 1-0. Archbishop Wood takes the lead on the score by Curtin. And a reminder that Value Vision, the best values in home shopping, is right here on SCT9 every night, overnight. And take your questions to the Sports Line Mondays at 8 p.m. right here on SCT9. That's TV that hits home. And we got a special Sports Line next week. We'll talk about it. Play on is shot off the face-off by Kroll. Knocked out of the play. Next week, or as we talk, the Sports Line this week is on hockey. The reason I know that is I'm one of the people involved in Sports Line.
Sounds exciting. We'll have to tune in.
I'll be with Dan Taylor. I might even tune in for that. I'm calling a question to myself. Play goes on. Wood brings it into the zone. Knocked away nicely by Esposito. Esposito's played well this first period, as has Bryant. They get it up ahead, intended for Freed, but it's skated around there by Archbishop Wood, who will try to knock it out of the zone and does so in the person of Jeff Kaditz. Now Kaditz will bring it up, try and get it into the zone, does so, and they'll chase. Casaza sets it up there for Esposito, tries to knock it out of the zone, but Kaditz is right there to keep it in the zone. Romeo tries to put a shot on. They scramble around for it. This is dangerous, but it's knocked out of harm's way by Arcade, and it will go back down, and Archbishop Wood will try and carry the puck back in. They get the puck back, and here they come again. Shot on and a good glove save, seeing it all the way with Casas off the stick of Tony Romeo.
Casas, good positional covering there on that near post, coming out perfectly, cutting that angle down, and of course his defenders doing a good job of clearing that view in front of him, had full control of making that save, and of course held on, no rebound on the play. It's exactly what you need to do to keep Wood from getting in close.
Coughlin on the ice, he'll take the face-off against Mandic, and Mandic wins the face-off, and here he goes. They got a 2-on-1. Mandic up ahead, one man back, drop pass up, shot. Oh, and a soft shot on goal taken by Roger.
Yeah.
And that was a well set up play, and I think Roger might have shot a little bit before he would have liked to.
I'll tell you, Bob, correctly just a few moments ago you pointed out Wood indeed dominating most of the offensive play so far as it's developed here around the midway point of the first period. However, Pennridge has created some opportunities, for example, just like they had. The only problem is they need to take advantage of them. If they're going to take a shot on goal, they really need to hammer that thing and force Vin Easyali to come up with a big-time save. And I'm sure the pass might have been a little bit behind, but I'll tell you, rushing up that right side, Mandic did exactly what he had to. He waited till the defender committed himself, outstretched completely on the ice, and really the receiver on the other end of the side of the intended pass, Roger, there,
potential breakaway here,
had an opportunity, and they just couldn't put it in.
Well, I'll tell you, on that particular play, it's snuffed off nicely there by Pennridge. Roger came down, but Vin Easyali, I watched him. He played Roger perfectly. He let the defender play the man coming down the wing, and he played the man on the slot. Play on, and almost a breakaway again for Curtin. Now, Pennridge tries to get out of the zone, can't do so with 5:50 to go in the first period. 1-0 Archbishop Wood. And now they'll try and find an opening. They get it up to center ice, and falling down is the Pennridge attacker. So taken easily by Archbishop Wood, and they'll try to skate it into the zone. Doing so. Shot on, it goes wide off the stick of Dave Andrezweski. Andrezweski goes behind the net to get it, but it's taken there by Mandic, who's also looked very good this period. Puck knocked away from him. Dave Andrezweski got the shot. High up, save on a high shot that was sticking it upstairs. Might have been in the net, might have not, but you'll never know because Casasa was there.
Good clear by Roman.
Kept in, now it's blocked off. Oh, and a swing,
Here's a break.
And here we have another break for Roger. And he can't get up to it in time, and they get back to him and knock the puck off his stick. That was a 2-on none. The Mandic fell down, and Roger could not handle the puck. Good hard shot taken from behind the blue line by Tom Watson. And now they'll be taken back by Roman. Roman will try to knock it out of the zone, does so. But there's Archbishop Wood. They are everywhere.
Yeah, Pennridge obviously, Bob, with the disadvantage in terms of depth numbers on the bench, and then obviously Archbishop Wood at times showing superior skating ability on quite a few situations. Here's another break. Here's another opportunity.
Mandic, a nice play by the defender to take the puck away from Mandic.
Great strip defensively for the Vikings, and that has been the difference. The speed and recovery when the Rams of Pennridge have an opportunity to work that puck up ice, and even though Wood is perhaps 2 or 3 steps, I would say, away from the play, they're able to get back there quickly and recover. And obviously they have the troops, as you see some fresh legs coming in off the bench.
When you look at this, this is no mean disparagement. It looks like the Bad News Bears. You look at the uniforms, you have Wood in their spiffy uniforms and Pennridge and some handmade stuff. But that says nothing about the quality of the team. You're talking about kids who can play hockey.
That's right.
You got to hand it to Pennridge. It's a young program that's going to continually get better. They're down 1-0. There's no question they've been outplayed.
Very much in the game. However, I think what their coach has to feel very optimistic about is the end of the first period is to remind the team, hey, guys, wait a minute. You created at least 3 or 4 good scoring opportunities. You can't give up. And we know that these playoff games, 1 goal can have a tendency to change the momentum drastically.
Early on, you see one thing for sure. They don't have an established scorer yet. They don't have somebody who can go down the ice and know how to put the puck in the net on a regular basis. Whereas you see Wood has some people who can really bang the puck around. That'll change. That'll change with experience. Pennridge getting some good experience tonight. And that's not to say they're not in this game. They're trailing 1-0. This game anything could happen. And probably will. As we're inside 3.5 minutes to go in first period. Puck goes around. That's Watson. Oh, and a hard shot. And another great save by Casaza. This kid has been spectacular. Now they're on the power play. Yeah. Shot is wide. I did not mention that penalty was called on Kunzman. So Archbishop Wood is on the man advantage. Puck knocked out of the zone nicely there. And the Vikings will have to go back and check. Wheatley did a good job of knocking the puck out of the zone. Here comes Archbishop Wood. Skating right to the line, getting into the slot. Puck taken away and taken back there. This is a dangerous situation, but it's taken there and knocked out of the zone, and away to go. Taken back again by Archbishop Wood. Shot on by Andrezweski, Dan Andrezweski. Knocked around the board. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. So there's 40 seconds to go on the power play. 2.5 minutes to go in first period. 1-0. Archbishop with the lead and the power play. Shot on. Another shot. Oh, look at
Casaza. Every time Archbishop Wood gets inside the Pennridge blue line, Bob, you can expect at least 2 to 4 consecutive shots on Casaza. And I'll tell you, he's one of the reasons why the Rams have continued to stay in the game. And I want to compliment them that, even though they're trailing 1-0, they're very much in this game. But defensively, they did a great job killing that penalty off.
Absolutely. He is the reason they're still in this game. He has made at least 6 good stops, maybe 3 great stops, and 1 spectacular stop. Puck in front, and again he stacks it and keeps it out of the way.
But I wanted to say, too, also credit some of the other fellas that were on that penalty-killing unit because there were some passes there that were intended at the point over there, and a lot of the players might not have had the speed in terms of skating, but they had good hockey sense to stick their stick out there and break the play up, and as a result, they were able to ice a lot of pucks and eat up a lot of time off the clock.
Absolutely. Shot on through a screen. Another shot through a screen goes over the top of the net. Trying to knock it out, can't do so. Swinging and missing on the puck was Lawson, but it's kept in there by Kroll. Kroll in front, and he's tied up beautifully.
Great day.
Beautifully by Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant doing a great job tonight defensively. That's heads-up hockey.
Power play is over. Shot from the point is shot wide. And again, on his stomach, Casaza knocks it out of harm's way. Puck hits the referee. It'll go into the bench, and it'll be a face-off. I'll tell you, this kid has just played. Yeah. Look at it. You can see him. He's looking up. He's playing a great game.
He says, "Hey, Bob, I like what you're saying about me. Keep talking." Mr. Casaza will say hello to Bob Friedman after the game. How's that?
I'll tell you what. The kid looked over. We're right behind him. He looked over. I gave him a thumbs up. He smiled. And he just rolled his eye.
Coach Friedman of SCT.
That one was $1 million shot. I'm telling you. Great. This kid is just playing absolutely unbelievable hockey tonight. Now into the zone again. Curtin shot, and another great save by Casaza. That was ticketed short side. Curtin keeps the puck, fans on the shot. He'll put it around the back there. As we have 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the first period. Out in front again, they whack away at it. Shot on, blocked, shot again, stacked and blocked, again blocked. And it's on the net. And the whistle will blow, and the faceoff will come outside the blue line. And again, Casaza comes up big.
Well, Bob, everyone knows one of the key components of being successful in sports or having a successful sports team is to have leadership. You think of leader, you think of loud, a boisterous, a big, physical, strong side. Take a look at Casaza. Only a handful. With those pads, you can hardly see him out there. But his play in the first period tonight has so sparked his team that they came out, I would imagine, slightly intimidated for that opening faceoff. Now he's made believers of his.
They've had more opportunities. Here comes Andrezweski again out in front. Shot score!
Yeah, near side. Beauty.
You saw that one coming too. Andrezweski was allowed to skate in, and where Casaza has been beaten has been on the crossing play where they put the quick wrister off. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that shot.
There's a shot. Dave Andrezweski heading to the bench. Big goal by him as Archbishop Wood goes up now 2-0 in the second period. But I'll tell you, a great play. And we talked about speed and skating. And Bob, you correctly pointed out that when you come across laterally, that's almost by design. Why? Because it pulls everybody out of position, including the netminder. And who has been the mainstay for the Rams tonight of Pennridge has been Casazza. And the most difficulty the Vikings have had is catching Casazza out of position. That particular time, by way of Dave Andrezweski's speed, was able to beat him as he was crossing from post to post and just beat him on a low shot on the near post. It was a good goal.
It's a shorthanded goal as well, as Pennridge was on the power play.
First stinger shot out there by Wheatley of the Rams. Really got some good wood. Here's another one.
And the stick put in there well. A nice play by Eric Coughlin. So the shot was waylaid before it ever got to Veneziale. Now they get tangled up on the boards, trying to pinch in and trying to do so with Bryant. Esposito unable to do so. 3 on none. Here they come. Up and a nice play by.
That's great. That's great.
Nice play by Esposito.
Yeah.
He may be called for it.
That's teamwork. It's first of all, it's Casazza playing it cool, covering the net as much, forcing the puck handler to hold on to that puck longer than he wanted, and allowing the defender to come back there, Esposito. Hey, whether he took a penalty or not, the key is, okay, he didn't. And a lot of times, that's a judgment call. But the official, Bob, right on top, came up, broke the play up, but that is great team. And that's exactly what I was trying to say a couple of minutes ago. I said, hey, you might not have the fastest guys, but you know, if you have guys that play well together and communicate, and I don't mean communicate, hey, you wait there. Obviously, there wasn't enough time for a verbal exchange. Well, it was hockey sense. Good reading between the goalie and the defender.
Esposito made a bad play at his own blue line, or at the attack blue line. Let the puck get by him, allowed to have almost a 3 on none. Instead of hanging his head, he went back, got into the play, and made a good play, because coming in on net hard was Matt Curtin, and he could have very easily had a breakaway shot on goal. He never got the shot off.
Second and third effort, and that is the story, folks, in a lot of these playoff situations.
Pennridge with the puck along the goal line. Tried to center it, knocked out by Cadden. Been a tower of strength when he's had to be defensive.
Good job by the point man. Great shot right through the crease.
Mandic almost got a stick on it.
Well, he was tied up.
Ammerman will work on it, and they'll try and get out of the zone. He fights hard up against Swartley. Swartley wins that one, knocks it back into the zone, where it's taken there by Lawson. They'll try and get it out. Lawson can't get it out. Now it is. But here it's stolen away. Here comes Kroll. A 2-on-1 if he can get to it. Back passes, and a nice play by the defense to tie up the other man who was in there.
Smart play by Kroll as well, realizing that everybody was slightly out of position, but the defense really read that play and crowded the crease area, really not knowing what Kroll was going to do. Good play on both sides of the puck.
And again, Casazza with a smart play. He had to make a judgment call. Do I go for the puck, or do I play in the net? And he realized it as a shot.
Screen shot down low to the far post, just inside.
Eric Coughlin, I believe that is on the goal.
As he's being congratulated down there in the corner. Once again, just a matter of the puck possession inside. It might have been Nick Sifer.
Yeah, I think it's Nick Sifer.
Yeah.
I think it's Nick Sifer on the goal.
So Wood goes up 3-0, but it was just a matter of the Wood with some great forechecking. The Rams of Pennridge having difficulty clearing that puck out of the zone. And then, of course, that slot area, that ever so dangerous piece of real estate in front of the Pennridge net, crowded. And Sifer just fired a shot, and once again it was low on that far side post. And that quickly the Vikings build up a 3-0 lead.
So Sifer scores the goal. It's 3-0. Now you have to watch out, because now things get a little tough for Pennridge. Archbishop Wood can smell it now. They've scored 2 goals in a period of 2 minutes and 26 seconds, and they've taken a 3-0 lead. The puck kept in the zone by Dan Boyle. Now puck is stolen away, but there's a defenseman. Now we have a possible breakaway, but look at Andrezweski.
Yeah, good hustle, good skating. That's the difference in a lot of areas in the game. But hustling his way up there.
Puck knocked back in the zone. That was Dave Andrezweski this time. Skates around the back of Veneziale, looks for an opening, gets it through. Puck is knocked out of the zone, and Sifer will get it up ahead to Dan Andrezweski, who takes a shot as he puts it into the zone. And the save is made by Casazza, who decides, I think I'll hang on to it this time.
That last goal there by Sifer really had a tendency to take a lot of the positive momentum that Pennridge has maintained despite being down 1-0 in the first period and 2-0 here throughout the second period. But obviously and then after that you could see the Vikings kind of pick up the tempo a little bit, playing with a little more confidence, and as you said, Bob, they can kind of smell it as they really tighten things up inside that Pennridge zone, not allowing the defense to clear the puck and just hammering away at shots on goal. Pennridge now has got to go for it. They can't hold anything back. They figure, hey, we at least got to get 1 or 2 on the board before the end of the second period.
Well, they got to do something. There's no question about it. The puck is scaled down. This will be an icing. With 6:40 to go in the second period, 3-0 Archbishop Wood leading. And remember that Sonic and Suburban Cable TV say stop just watching TV when you can play it. Call your local cable TV office to subscribe to the Sega channel. And a reminder that VHS copies of this and other SCT sporting events are available by calling 345-5154 Monday through Friday during business hours. Play is back on in the Pennridge end. Trying to get it up, but Cadets keeps it in.
Great
nice save by Casaza off a hard shot by Cadets.
Used a little waffle board there and a great blistering shot attacking that near side post. Centering pass. Good job at a defender right there.
Had Dave Andrezweski tied up well. Turnaround shot high over the top, goes over the glass. You know, on the goals that have been scored, 2 of the 3 goals were on crossing plays where they just snapped off a wrister. And you sit there and you wonder, you look at you say, geez, you know, some of the better goaltenders in higher levels than this would not have been able to stop those shots.
Those shots, and this is, I guess, a big misconception. A lot of people think, well, to score a goal, you got to really hammer that puck in there. And you just pointed out, it's not necessarily the case. A lot of times it's where you place it. A lot of times a lot of your teammates can do the job by screening that netminder. Keep a shot low, it's deflected. And of course, for a netminder, he's got a mask, or in some cases, got the cage on in the helmet. It's hard for him to see. Those low shots, they are extremely difficult. And a lot of goalies will honestly tell you, hey, we really can't see them. All we do is take our best guess.
Well, you know, one of the great goal scorers in Flyers history, Ricky McLeish, he had a hard shot. There's no two ways about it. But his best shot was a wrister. And a wrister, by its nature, is not a tremendously hard shot. It's a placed shot. And what he would do, he'd get his opportunity, pick a spot, and just beat the keeper.
Exactly, and they're hard to read for goalkeepers.
Puck into the wood zone briefly. Kept in now by Pennridge. Tapped in front, got an opportunity. Score!
Beauty! I'll tell you, that's a big goal in there. And that's Moyer coming up, but the guy doing the work was Roger. And I'll tell you, you got to credit Roger with a sacrifice. We've talked about defensive sacrifices where the defender gets in front and sacrifices his body. That time it was Roger. Roger was positioned in front of the crease. The puck was centered to him, right? He knew that he was out of position. He was off balance. He couldn't get a shot, but he had a teammate nearby, namely Moyer. So instead what he did is he left the puck there, touched it, and then took the defender of Wood out of the play, thus opening up a scoring opportunity for Moyer. And with that unselfish play, and we've talked about great teamwork by the Rams, they're able to get on the scoreboard.
Now, I'm a little confused. It may just be the scoreboard's not functioning right, but they still have it as 3-0.
I think it
3-1.
Yeah, it should be 3-1, yep.
I didn't see any waving off the goal, and if it had been waved off, face-off would not have come at the center dot. Shot on to Casaza. Let's see how Wood reacts to this.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if Pennridge now, that should really do wonders for their confidence. It'll be interesting to see if they can sneak another one in there before the end of the second.
The thing about Wood is I think Wood just sort of laid back after that, figuring that they're not going to be able to take us on now. And they allowed some things to happen there that shouldn't have happened.
And what you like about the Rams, Bob, is that, hey, they could have looked at the scoreboard and say, hey, 3-0, we're done. It's not worth it.
Ooh, nice save by
another
Casaza.
Great save. But no, they've maintained that fighting spirit and that hustle. And I'll tell you, that's going to make their coach real proud.
Hey, you can still look at the scoreboard and see it's 3-0. They still haven't changed the score yet. That's a little confusing, but that's all right.
We thought it was a goal. Maybe officially it was not given.
No, it's a goal. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Good forechecking there, and the puck now goes over the blue line.
Well, actually, the puck was knocked down by a high stick, and they're going to call it, and they're going to put the face-off down in Archbishop Wood's end. We have 4:19 to go in the second period. We have it as 3-1. The scoreboard still has it as 3-0. And I don't know why.
Maybe,
Oh, there it goes. They fixed it.
maybe we.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
feel
it
much
is.
better now.
There you go.
Okay, playback on. Goes in front, but Curtin gets it out of harm's way. We have those Curtin. It's Matt Curtin. And the puck at neutral ice. Skate around a bit, try to scale it into the zone, but
Good.
only white jerseys.
Good job at center ice there by the Rams of Pennridge, really tying the lanes up and really creating a lot of havoc with that passing, as the Vikings now having difficulty getting their passing game together at center ice.
Now what they've done is they've come to center ice, and now they're putting a trap defense in there. They, instead of moving back and allowing them to get the zone, now they've moved up and they're saying, okay, now you got to come through.
Yeah, look at it.
And Wood has not been able to do that. You can see there's some confusion. Now, if they get through, there's a problem.
Here's a problem, yep. And
Well,
a great
it's
shot.
stick aside, but they have confidence in Casasa, so now they'll play up a little bit further, and they play the trap defense a la New Jersey. And we have a quick problem to repair. We will be right back and tell you exactly what's going on. Don't go away. And we are back. You've missed actually nothing. There's been no scoring. We have 20 seconds to go in the period. All you've missed is another 3 or 4 Casasa incredible saves.
Yeah.
But you've seen so many of those this game, it just gets run of the mill after one. Now an opportunity. Shot. And Venezial came up big on that one.
Yeah, we got a trip. I would think a trip.
Now they're going to let it go.
Unbelievable.
They're going to say he took a dive.
Yeah, I don't know. His foot was wrapped up.
Period ends, and now Pennridge, they have a few words, but we'll take a break with a score 3-1 at the end of 2 periods. Just underway in the third period here at the face-off circle. Bob Friedman along with Florian Kemp. And, of course, in the few seconds we were away, 2 more great Casasa saves, including one on a clean breakaway by Dan Andrezweski. Andrezweski skated in. Casasa stood his ground, gave him absolutely none of the net to shoot at, and made the save and controlled the rebound.
There you see a shot from the point by Pennridge. And Veneziali having a little difficulty with handling it with his glove hand as Casasa comes way out.
And I realize why now, because Archbishop Wood is short-handed. The Pennridge has a power play. Just noticed penalty was called on Steve Kroll, who is out right now. So that was called at the end of the second period, obviously. And the penalty's almost over with just a little under 13 and a half minutes to go in regulation. 3-1, Archbishop Wood leads Pennridge, but Pennridge has put up a feisty performance here tonight.
Good defense tonight by Bryant of Pennridge. He's come up with some big plays, doing a great job digging the puck out of the corners along the boards, and also teaming up with his goaltender, Casasa, and helping him out, supporting him with some big saves.
Bryant has made a couple of great plays on potential breakaways and has really played well back on the back line. Shot on, tip top, high and wide.
Bryant got a piece of that one again, too. Deflected it.
Now into the zone, stays in the zone, and Kroll, who's back on, penalty being over, he'll tap it deep into the zone, and it's taken there. Looking to center the puck is Ranzol. Skates
Good
around,
defense.
finally taking off the puck there.
That's Bryant again.
By Bryant.
Bryant's super. Clean play, focusing in on the puck. Good work at the
now
point.
now there's a problem. Could be a problem. The puck bounces off the skate of Granzol and goes to the side harmlessly, where Romeo pushes his man into the boards. We have a broken stick on the ice.
Frozen
And
puck.
play is stopped, so we had of course, in hockey, when you have a broken stick, you've got to drop him. Do we have an injured player? I think we have an injured player for Pennridge.
Jeff Cadditt's also doing some nice work there at the left point for the Vikings as the Rams were trying to clear it out of the zone.
That may be Brian. And while they tend to the player, we'll find out who it is, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
It's true.
And we are back. The injury was to Brian. It appeared to be in the hand or wrist area. He goes off on his own power, and we are just about ready to get back under play. 11:55 to go in regulation. Archbishop Wood leading Pennridge 3-1. And if Brian can't come back, that's a big loss for Pennridge.
Big loss, but obviously he was able to get off the ice under his own ability, and the hand a little bit sore. Good quick
nice
shot
kick
and save
through a screen. Coughlin, who's played a nice game, took the shot. And picking it out of the midst of the jerseys was Casaza.
Yeah, Coughlin that time 1-2 off the face-off, and he's strong. He's been a good face-off man tonight for the Vikings.
And here comes Archbishop Wood again, moving up, trying to get around the defender, not able to do so. But centering the pass was Watson.
Yeah, Wheatley doing a good job defensively, staying right with the Vikings, Tommy Watson.
Esposito gets it out of the zone, and they'll wave off icing, saying that Wood had a play on the puck. And the puck is shot down the zone. Chasing it after it is Esposito, who's also played a solid game on defense.
Smart play, just passing. Obviously, the good hustle back here again by Coughlin.
They pass it around. And into the zone, chase it again. Esposito tries to knock it along the boards. It's taken there by Coughlin, taken away from Kunzman. Shot by Andrezweski through a screen, never makes it on net. Now a backhander, tipped
Good
up.
idea. Good idea. And Casaza, great eye on the play. But there, as we're talking about, positioning in the slot area, not trying to blast it, because if he had wound up, the defender would have had a stick in there and poke-checked it away. Coughlin realized it's coming. Hey, instead of going low, let me just flick it. He did. But great reflex by Casaza. It's good heads-up hockey by both players.
And it was a nice play by Hart, who took the shot from the point. Greg Hart, at the point there, put a nice... It wasn't so much a shot as the pass, and Coughlin just kept it on its way, tipped it up, and Casaza with a quick glove snapped it shut. Now they go around the back, does Pennridge, trying to center it, but nobody there to bring it, pop it home, and Archbishop Wood will bring it out, head manning up ahead. They got a 2-on-2. Puck knocked away nicely on the play there by Kramer. And now Wood will skate back out of the zone again. Get past one player, take a long shot wide of the net. Positioned well again was Casaza. Now Roger will try to get it out. He does so, but it's kind of a tattered play, and it goes right back into the zone, where Roman takes it. He'll try and knock it out of the zone, does so. This time it's taken by Freed. Freed will try to put it up again for Mandic. Mandic takes a weak shot on, blocked off before it ever gets to the net. And 1-on-3, Dan Andrezweski rather, has the puck taken away from him.
That time was Kramer of Pennridge breaking a play up at center ice.
9:25 to go in regulation. 3-1 Archbishop Wood. Dangerous opportunity, but a nice play by Roman to keep Lloyd from getting in deep on the net. And the puck will roll in, and Veneziale makes a smart play. He controls it and sets it up there for Lawson. And Lawson will bring it up ahead. It's behind Kevin Ammerman, but he keeps it on its way until Roman knocks it back into neutral ice. And it's taken there by Wood. He'll shoot it up ahead off the foot of one of his teammates. And into the zone goes Dan Andrezweski. Shot wide as he had nothing to shoot at.
Great job.
Casaza.
Yeah, Casaza covering that net up, using every inch of his body and equipment to really make it difficult to find an opening. And I'll tell you, we've seen that play frequently this evening throughout all three periods. One of the Vikings coming down, and in most cases it's been one of the two Andrezweski brothers, and they were all alone, have an open shot at the net, and they end up blistering one just wide. That time it was on the near side. A lot of the other shots went to the far side, but it's been Casaza, the man in the nets for the Pennridge Rams, that has done his job.
But Kramer will go off for Pennridge for high sticking, and now Archbishop Wood will go back on the power play, and they have been potent. They've had a lot of good shots And only the good saves by Casaza have saved Pennridge in the power plays that Archbishop Wood has had. They've controlled the puck in the zone for the most part. Romeo gets it back to Hart. Hart with a shot blocked off. Another shot just wide by Romeo. Taken there, kept in the zone. Got a man in the middle, comes right around, hits it off the back of the net. Romeo trying to look for somebody to center it to. Puts it on the top of the net. They try and get it, and it's held there. And let's see where the face-off is. It's going to be at the circle.
Should come outside. Yeah, should come outside because the Viking hit it into the net, but the official makes the call.
Well, he feels that what happened was he feels that Casaza covered it up himself, and the puck could have been played. So it will be faced off to Casaza's left with 8:18 to go regulation, a minute 33 on the power play. Archbishop Wood shot wide off the face-off as Granzoll had a great opportunity.
Yeah, Granzoll
trying
really
to knock it out of the zone, not able to do so. Watson keeps it in, gets it back deep again, 3-1. Archbishop Wood lead.
Good clear.
Nice clearing
Bouncer.
play.
Yeah, look at that puck roll.
Again, the ice a little bit chippy. It's been warm the past few days, and that will affect the ice surface. And deep into the zone again, and playing around with it just a little bit too long was Wheatley. But the puck is knocked out of the zone. Wheatley just danced with it one step too long. Now shot goes wide, and they'll chase after it again. Bryant is back on the ice.
Good check.
It's good to see. And it is he who controls the puck behind the net. Scales it along the board, but not out. It's kept in by the point man. And now we have coming out of the zone Bryant, but it's taken away from him nicely by of the Archbishop Wood player. Oh,
good hit. Solid hit.
Check.
Solid hit by Bryant. I'll tell you.
On Watson. Now out in front, and again.
Great save by Casaza and Bryant, the team. And that time it's Watson getting in position. Kroll also knocking on the door. But I'll tell you, some impressive play by Bryant. A couple of stiff hits, considering the last time we saw him was leaving the ice injured.
I think we're going to have a penalty on Archbishop Wood. I think we're going to have a penalty on Wood, and I think it's going to be on Watson. So, let's see what happens here. Is there a penalty? Yeah, there is a penalty, and it is against Watson. I thought there was some interference going on. And now the puck goes in the zone, so they'll play even Steven for the next 15 seconds. And then it'll be Pennridge with almost a minute and 38, or a minute and 40-second power play. Play stops.
Pennridge Rams, Bob, not showing any signs of tiring and letting up here in the third period.
Playing a good game.
Solid effort, solid team effort.
Playing a good game, and Archbishop Wood, of course, playing strong hockey. You can't say anything against Archbishop Wood's game. They play terrific hockey. It's just been that, and they had the lead 3-1, but I tell you, the big difference has been Bryant and especially Casaza. Casaza has just been on his game completely tonight. Now we have a delayed penalty, and it's going to be called now, and it'll be against Pennridge. Let's see who's going off.
Both teams playing a little more aggressively here as we reach, I guess, the last few minutes of tonight's game.
Going to be Arcade going off on the penalty, so there goes that power play. A minute 17 to go. They'll skate 4 aside for a minute 17, and then for the next 43 seconds, Wood will have yet another power play, barring any more penalties, as we have 6:24 to go in regulation. 3-1, the Vikings lead the Rams. And no, it's not a football score. Puck kept in by Wood, now knocked out by...
Simple clear, nice clear.
A nice play there on the part of Pennridge. Puck knocked out of the zone, knocked back in again. I think it's Monjak who has the puck now. And that's Esposito knocking out. And play is kind of just sort of wound down a little bit. Not the scintillating play of the late first period or second period. High shot. He just blockers it aside. Puck not able to be kept in. In 20 seconds, it'll be power play for a 40-second power play for Archbishop Wood, who now goes into the zone, controls the puck. They're going. It's Kaditz, who's played a great game, by the way. Turnaround shot blocked off nicely there. Jeff Kaditz has done a real good job.
Yeah, Kramer also doing a good job there on that near post as Kaditz tried to steer that puck in the crease area.
Sifer put it out front, but there was nobody in the slot. And back 1-on-2 comes Kramer. They'll go into the zone, tries to center it, but only white jerseys there. And coming out, we have a 2-on-2 developing now. Long shot on, coming out.
Nice.
Cut down the angle.
He makes it look so easy. Gasaza, there you go. Coming out saying, no, I'm in control here, guys.
Yeah, this is my game, gang.
This is it.
So 29 seconds to go on the power play as Archbishop Wood is on the power play. 4:53 to go in regulation. 3-1 the score.
Could you call
Pennridge trailing Archbishop Wood.
Could you call that glove hand save there by Gasaza a good first baseman's play?
Oh yeah, put the stretch out and everything. But I watched him as they were coming up, and you saw Gasaza come right up the slot, denying him the shot.
Yeah.
It was a nice play. They tried to get it out of the zone, can't do so. Kept in by Hart. Hart, who's a good passer, tries to center it, and they'll chase for it, and they got it. Lloyd out in front, taken away again by the person of Ammerman. Now Ammerman gets it to Kroll. Kroll skates it around. Keeps it in. No, he didn't keep it in. Watson, it came over the blue line.
Official there on the call.
Watson bangs the glass in frustration, or maybe he doesn't agree, but 11 seconds to go on the power play, 4:28 in regulation. Excuse me, 4 seconds to go on the power play, 4:28 to go in regulation. 3-1. Archbishop Wood would lead, and you got to wonder if sometime they might not think about pulling the keeper. Now Mandic comes in. Especially if they were to be able to score.
Yeah,
if they
can get, they need to get one more. That would really, you'd know they're going to do it. It's just a matter of when. But they really.
You never know. With a 2-goal disadvantage, sometimes you think about it because you want to get the opportunity. But they have not been that strong with the man advantage all night long. So you wonder now. Mandic will go after the rolling puck. He's chased down there by Greg Hart.
He comes up with it.
Mandic comes over with the puck. Gets out in the middle.
Tied up. Yeah, tied up. Veneziale. Save on the near side. Yep.
Gave him nothing to shoot at.
Good second and third effort by Mandic. Just as it appeared as though he's going to lose that puck along the boards.
Play goes on. They scrambled around behind. One of the players lost his helmet. But here comes Archbishop Wood. It's a 2-on-2 developing. It's an onside play. Lloyd is tripped up, and it'll be a penalty against Pennridge. And Archbishop Wood will have another 2-minute man advantage. So any thoughts of pulling the goaltender sort of are thwarted right now with 3:32 to go in regulation.
Obviously, play heating up there. Words exchanged between players of both teams, but obviously
Lawhead and Roger had words for each other.
That was just a matter of some good up-ice skating there by the Vikings, catching the defense of Pennridge out of position, and a player just doing what he can to keep the attacker from going in unchallenged on the net. He trips him up on the penalty, and obviously Pennridge has a question or two about that call.
I think that the play behind the net, there's some question about it.
Down to the other end.
They know why there was not a penalty called down there, and that's what Roman is talking to the official about, and I'm sure that's what was explained because they were pointing behind the net. There was a lot of piling on behind the net,
and nothing
was called there, and I think that's what Roman wanted to know. Now, Lawhead skated out in front, and it was a clear trip by Roger. No two ways about it. He pays for it by going to the penalty box with 3:32 to go in regulation. So, Pennridge will skate short-handed. And the face-off is controlled by Coughlin. Back to the point. Shot on. Save again. Back again to the point. Oh, and unable to keep it in this time was Kaditz. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight.
Yeah, he's done a great job at that left point. That was just a matter of a bouncing puck. They're difficult to hold on to.
Now into the zone. And
nice wrister, good save.
Another nice save on the well-placed wrister. Moyer tries to get out of the zone, hits it off his own man, but it does get out and delayed offside if they touch it up.
Good hustle.
No, it's onside. He got out of the zone, obviously. So it's onside, kept in by Curtin, one of the goal scorers. Curtin goes around the side. He'll skate around in front. Again, save, and now the front is Coughlin. Tries a backhander, and again, fanning on the puck. Again, another great save by Casaza.
Casaza.
Kept in the zone, though, by Kaditz.
Yeah.
Kaditz sets it up. He'll get it across to the other point. Open at the other point is Watson, but he can't get the bouncing puck. Tries to center the puck, and Esposito
Smart
right
play.
there puts it down the
I'll
ice.
tell you, that's good team penalty killing right there by Pennridge. Casaza leading the way with several big saves, but great support by his 4 teammates on the ice.
Now Wood brings in the zone. Kaditz will skate it back to the point. Smart move. Gets it up ahead. The pass goes back to Kaditz. He'll try to put it across the other side. Watson gets it. Shot blocked off into the net, and it'll be a face-off at the top of the circle to goaltender Casaza's left, with 37 seconds left on the power play for Archbishop Wood. 2:09 left in regulation.
That was
3-1 Wood with the lead.
That was the Rams' goal scorer, Moyer, playing some good defense there as he's killing that penalty off, getting his stick in the way of the shot and deflecting it over the glass. And I tell you, at times they have done a great job defensively as Wood continues to put on the pressure offensively against the Rams of Pennridge.
Well, sure, they'd love to have back those 46 seconds when those 2 quick goals were scored in the second period, because obviously it's a whole different hockey game at this point. Good defensive struggle for both teams. And here's a semi-break for Kramer. Kramer steaming down the left side. He'll try and get into the middle. He'll shoot. Venezial with the save as he had an easy save. It was from a tough angle.
Tough angle, good speed, good counterattack. That's exactly what Pennridge needs, and Kramer's leading the way. They get a couple more opportunities like that. They just might catch Veneziali out of position, but that time Veneziali did a great job of shoring things up on that near side post, making it look like a routine save.
Granzo will take it into his own zone. He'll bring it back out there at even strength now with 1:25 to go in regulation. Skating right in front, shot, doing the splits and stealing it from Granzo. Oh, what a play by Casaza.
Man, I'll tell you, you talk about a gymnastic show, aerobics, whatever you want to call it, Bob. Aerobics on ice tonight has been the Casaza story for Pennridge. Unbelievable.
Now Mandic, who's had a few good rushes of his own, has a shot blocked at the blue line. There is Pennridge to keep the puck along the ice there in the neutral zone, but here comes Wood again, taken away this time, and taken right back by Wood. Knocked out back
Nice
again
poke
by
check.
Roman. We're under a minute to go in regulation. 3-1, Archbishop Wood with the lead. Now Kroll will skate around, taken away by Mandic. He comes into the zone, takes a wrister, partially blocked. Oh, and almost followed up on a nice play by Freed, but the defense was there for Archbishop Wood to keep Freed from getting good wood on the puck. Into the zone as we're in the last 30 seconds. Oh, and the puck
Great
swept
strip
away
by
nicely by Bryant.
Oh. And clean defense, playing the puck strictly.
So we get down to the last 10 seconds, and now
you gotta
Mandic is a shot. See, the tempers are starting to really pick up a little bit. Mandic gave a good hard shot to Nick Sifer, which I think if you were going earlier in the game, he would have gone off for an elbow, because that was a clear elbow. But I think there's frustration. I think that they'd like to get the referees just want to get the last 11 seconds done and get out of here, because you can see the frustration on Pennridge's part, and you can see that there's frustration on Wood's part too. Wood could easily have 8 or 9 goals tonight.
Yep.
Or more. Down inside 10 seconds, inside 5 seconds. Oh, and a great save. And that'll do it.
I was going to
What a way
say,
finish.
an appropriate ending, probably the way the game started
Oh, and that way
tonight.
we have a little problem at center ice. Sifer, I saw that coming up. Sifer and, excuse me, it's Sifer and, I believe that's Kramer. But they skate away. So, Casaza, without question, the star of this game. His team loses 3-1, but it could have been a lot worse, but for him, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. back at the face-off circle in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Bob Friedman along with Florian Kemp, where Archbishop Wood has come away with a 3-1 victory over the Pennridge Rams. And Florian, it was a game, a lot of opportunities, especially for Archbishop Wood. And I'm sure if you're a Wood fan and you're watching this game by now, you think that Florian and I are big Pennridge fans. That's not the case. It's just that we had an opportunity to watch a play by a goaltender. You don't get to see play like that very often. Casaza was absolutely spectacular. We'll talk about Wood in a minute, but let's finish up on Casaza. He was just almost beyond description.
There's no doubt about it, Bob. We talked about both teams coming into the first round of the playoffs here. Both teams struggled through the regular season, and obviously we talked about it. The one beauty of the playoff situation is that it's a rebirth of a season. You have a new season. And, of course, for Pennridge, a young program looking for their first win of the season. For them, they really had nothing to lose. However, Archbishop Wood, a team that has quite a few experienced players, posed a real formidable challenge to them. But it was Casaza. He was going to be the man, ultimately have something to say, and it was his inspirational play that I guess right after the opening face-off got underway and carried his team throughout the tonight's game. Although Pennridge ended up losing 3-1, I thought they put out a very impressive show.
Well, yeah, they did. And one thing you want to do when you are outmanned, as Pennridge obviously was, your coach will turn to your goaltender and your defense and say, look, keep it a game where we can steal one. You want to be able to go in there and be at the end of two periods where you can say, gee, if we can get a couple of lucky ones, one or two lucky ones, we're back in the game. Well, that's what the defense did. Esposito and Bryant were terrific. Casaza was, as I say, just absolutely superb. Let's hand some kudos out to Archbishop Wood, though. They did win the game.
Yep.
Brandon Veneziale did not have that many difficult shots to face, but he had a couple of them, and he was there for them. He only let one goal by him, played a strong game in goal. But also the Andrezweski boys, both of them, Dan and Dave, were spectacular on the ice, setting up plays, making the plays, doing what they had to do. Jeff Kaditz, if there's a better defenseman in the league, I haven't seen him quite yet because he handled the power play from the point as well as you want to. He set up plays. He kept the play from getting dangerous on Pennridge's side. Whenever there was a breakdown, he was there to help pick it back up again. Jeff Kaditz looked absolutely super. He had some other people, again, Curtin, who scored the first goal, Matt Curtin, also looking very, very strong. And just right on down the line, Tom Watson, Nick Sifer, they just played very strong hockey. And it's experienced hockey, you can see that. They had a well-deserved victory. They never were seriously challenged in the game. When you really look at it, it was, once they scored the second and the third goal, you kind of knew it was going to be tough for Pennridge because Pennridge just does not have any scoring punch.
But I'm telling you, Bob, based on years of sports experience that both you and I have been through, if you're a coach of Wood and you're coming into the second period and you're only leading 2-0 and you're seeing your opponent that you should put away in the first or second period, stay with you in the game. It was 1-0 at the end of the first period, but in the second period it was 2-0 and then 3-0. You get to get a little nervous because we've all experienced situations where, hey, we're not supposed to lose this game, and then all of a sudden you have one of those days where you get hundreds of shots, nothing goes in, the opponent's goalie, Casaza in this case, he gets hot, he has a big night, nothing goes your way, and then bingo, you end up losing the game and your season's over. And the other thing on the other side of the puck, Pennridge, hey, they could have very easily packed it in that second period. They were down 3-0. What I liked about this team, because of Casaza's play, because of good coaching, good motivation of the team, they hung in there. Moyer was able to get one on the board. They did have some opportunities. Veneziale was challenged, not often, and not too many difficult saves, but Pennridge was attacking the near side of the posts on several occasions, forcing Veneziale to come up with a save. So for both teams, I think a game well played. The team who deserved to win, they did win. However, Pennridge, I'd expect to see some bigger and better things as their program continues to expand in the offseason.
So with the win, Archbishop Wood will now go in for a playoff game against North Penn for the right to play in the President's Cup. Let's recap the score. And Archbishop Wood scored first at 6:12 on the power play. It was Curtin who put the puck in the net as Matt Curtin scored. It was 1-0. On a crossing play, he came across, snapped off the wrister to the far angle from Casaza, and he never really had a chance at it. Then Andrezweski, the same thing on a shorthand, coming across in the second period at the 4:34 mark, came across, put the wrister on, and it's 2-0. Then probably the weakest goal for Casaza of the game. It looked like a very simple shot by Sifer. Easy, low across the ice, and I think he may have lost concentration. Sifer, to his credit, put it on the net. It went into the net, and it was 3-0, and that was at the 7-minute mark. But at 9:35, off an innocent-looking play, Roger set it up beautifully. De Moyer, who went along the goal line, came up. It did not appear. It appeared that Venezial came a little bit off the post, and just that little bit, it was enough to get the puck into the net. It was 3-1, and that's the way it stood for the remaining 14 minutes and 25 seconds as they played, 19 minutes and 25 seconds as they played the entire third period, a scoreless third period. So, it's been a great game.
Another fun game. Enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it, Bob. We enjoyed it. And tonight we want to thank our crew tonight for doing such a great job, as always. Our director, Lee Wolf, electronics graphics person, Jim Sutton, and of course, our camera operator doing a great job under difficult conditions, James Feaster. And for my partner, Florian Kemp, I'm Bob Friedman. Final score, Archbishop Wood 3, Pennridge 1. For everyone here, good night, and we'll see you at the game.